Hello everyone, I'm Della, your host on the chat with Della. And today we're talking about a fast rising topic, which is volunteering. A lot of times these days, everybody wants to volunteer, everybody wants to do something for free, everybody wants to do something to create skills and develop themselves due to probably something they've heard from somewhere about volunteering helping you and giving you an edge to getting jobs and all that. So today I have two very important people with me who are going to break a lot of things down and who are going to make a lot of things simple for us to understand when it has to do with volunteering. And so I would like them to introduce themselves. Can we have you?
Yeah, my name is Adesanya Busolami, the president of the students organization on campus,
Okay,
My name is Okunlola Boluwatife. I'm a Part 5 law student of OAU. I'm also the lead volunteer of the Keturah movement.
Okay, thank you very much. It's nice to have you on the show today. So the first thing I'll ask you, what exactly is this thing called volunteering? Because the time I had a discussion with a friend and we were talking about volunteering and he said he's not going to volunteer if he doesn't get paid. And for me, I'm thinking like, what exactly is volunteering? Do you get paid when you volunteer? Or is it something you just do on the go? Boluwatife.
When you volunteer free.
Okay.
Actually, you volunteer to make impact.
Yeah.
Not because you want to gain anything from it.
Okay.
So that's the
basic idea about volunteering.
Okay, for me, I think it is very necessary for us to identify what a volunteer is. So, to me, if I should give my personal definition, I would say it's someone that is selfless, idealistic, someone that is kind, compassionate, that you're doing something for a reason, for free. You're doing something because you want to give, that you actually think of people's needs before yourself.
Okay, wow, that's great. So, looking at someone who wants to become a volunteer, you've looked at the job opportunities and you've seen that one way or the other, everybody's asking you, where have you volunteered before? Where have you done this before? How do you become a volunteer? How does such person become a volunteer? I think Busola go first.
Okay. Basically, I work with this organization, ISEC, and ISEC has a platform where we have local volunteers.
Okay.
So the local volunteers is a product of ISEC. So basically, it's more or less a platform, a product, an avenue for people to invest. So volunteering for us is basically related to sustainable development goals.
Okay.
Probably you're working on the project, you're working on something affecting the community, something affecting SDGs, humanities basically. So you're working on a social project. So volunteering for us is more or less a product, more or less related to sustainable development goals and providing value to your immediate community.
Thank you very much for that. So what if in a situation where I cannot reach out to all these people because I don't have the resources? How can one do volunteer?
Okay. Volunteering can be personal.
Okay.
And then you can work with an organization.
Okay.
For example, you can decide, okay, I want to reach 100 kids this year. So you can make it a project and then you can maybe write to people and then maybe organize a particular program by yourself and then you just source for funds from organizations, churches and all that. And then you can also find a platform.
Okay.
Because we all have something. For example, someone might be interested in sexual abuse.
Okay.
Another person might be interested in child education. We don't have the same
interest
when it comes to child education. When it comes to volunteering. So you can just do it by yourself or work with an organization.
Okay.
For example, our own organization, the Keturah movement, we have people among us that are interested in female empowerment.
Okay.
We have people who are not interested in female empowerment.
Okay.
So when we are projects that are relating to female empowerment,
you see
we know this category of people to talk to. We're doing child education, we know people who are interested in that category. So I feel like you can just do it by yourself or you can work with an organization.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. You can decide to join an organization or you can decide to do it on your own as a goal for the year or for the month. My next question now is, how easy is it to volunteer or how hard is it to volunteer? How much does it take you? What do you require to volunteer?
As I said earlier, after identifying what a volunteer is, you need to understand that it's basically a selfless process. You need to be selfless, you need to see the need for it, you need to understand that you're doing it not because of a reason, not because of money, not because of I want recognition. You're doing it because you are selfless, because you are basically you have like a good heart, like
you just want to do it.
Because we've seen like over time, we've seen people volunteering for wrong reasons. That's why we have questions like, would I get paid?
Oh,
yes, would
right.
I get paid? Would I get certificates? Like, would you like
you
get all sort of,
when it's not like the right idea for
because
it.
they don't have the right motion, like they don't have the right motive rather for volunteering, basically.
Right.
And it is so once you know why you're doing it, once you have that heart, once you have that spirit, like there's this thing called the spirit of volunteering. So once you have that spirit, once you know why, once you are good, basically, like now the funny thing about volunteering is it's not even only when you even get to even work with an organization or you get to now it's volunteering can be, oh, my friend, I know that she's very tired and she can't wash her clothes. And I'm telling her to wash her dress.
That's
volunteering can be that, oh, this person is hungry and I have this and
just want to give.
So volunteering is basically like a spirit, like more or less like a selfless thing that you do. And obviously if you're not selfless, if it doesn't come from reading, you won't even think about doing it for the whole world or doing it for the whole community or doing it for the whole society. Now she mentioned female empowerment or something. Now if you're not someone that is triggered or if you're not a good person or a nice person, when you hear, oh, what's my business with female empowerment? Okay, I'm empowered, I'm going to school, so why should I empower that? So it's basically like you need to have like a good reason. You need to have you need to have the spirit.
Thank you very much for that. So I would like to ask Boluwatife, your organization has a business, it has a social entrepreneurship part of it. So I want to ask, what's the thin line between business and volunteering? How am I able to establish a social entrepreneurship, something that you do for the society, you're not really doing it for the pay, but there's a pay? How do you put the thin line between social entrepreneurship and just doing something for the society?
Okay, I think doing that, letting people know that there's a difference between, okay, we have a business and this is a volunteering organization, as it were. We as much as people want to do social entrepreneurship, every time we talk about that social entrepreneurship scheme, we are supposed to let people know that it is not a regular business. That happen, so as you are doing this, you are giving to yourself and you are giving to humanity. Because you are getting value for yourself and you are getting value for humanity. So I think the best way to let people know that there is a difference between the two is just by constantly saying it. Don't think that this is a regular business.
Like we're not doing it for ourselves. We're just doing it to get money for the society.
And it is also important to have a team. So then in that team and in the organization, there should be a kind of transparency. So people know that this is the amount we get per month. So if anybody outside asks a question from any member of the team, like, you guys are doing a business, how are we supposed to know that you're not lying about it? So they can have something to show them that this is the breakdown of what we made, how many people purchased and what we
Thank you very much. So Busola, there's this thing about Ife coming up. Like Ife is like almost everywhere right now. Like what exactly? I was talking to someone who said, I'm like it seems the leadership this time, they have sense, not to say that the past leadership don't have sense, but then what is that thing that you have, what's that touch that you have added to ASEC that has made it blown this way?
First of all, it's ISEC.
ISEC, we get that.
So now we have like a roadmap of some goals that is being accessible to what the world needs, being relevant, being available. So now over time, like we've been accessible to students on the OE campus, being accessible to Ife or Osun State has been very, very low. We have like goals that we should achieve. So it means that probably through relevant projects and what exchanges, because we do basically what we do is exchanges. Probably through all those things, we need to be accessible. We need persons, like we need people in these various
different areas,
to relate with us, to connect to what we do. And obviously, because ISEC is it's a wonderful organization in the sense that ISEC gives you like a platform outside your comfort zone to develop yourself. ISEC would not tell you that take this and do. ISEC would say, okay, this is the opportunity, this is the environment. Take, learn, develop yourself.
Oh wow, that's good.
Now imagine like we've not been so accessible to everybody, like just limited persons I've been able to benefit, enjoy all the goodies that ISEC has. So that was why when I came into would I say power into office, I was like, we need to be accessible to OAU students. We need to like give
make them participate.
Yes, we need to make them. We need OAU students to enjoy what ISEC is all about. So that was like, would I say, the focus or like the driving force.
Right.
So the reason why I think ISEC Fair is actually probably the people are actually hearing about ISEC Fair more this term. Not that our previous leaders or something, not that they've not been doing so much, but basically like there was just a goal. Like I needed ISEC Fair to be accessible to the needs of OAU and Ife. So and definitely we won't be accessible if we're not running projects, if we're not doing, like for instance, if we're not giving avenue for people to develop, if we're not giving opportunity for people to connect with us.
Okay, so one thing, just set a goal for your organization. Make sure that there's something that you're reaching out, you want your organization to reach at this particular time. And as Bola has said also, in making social entrepreneurship, probably you want to go into business, but you want your business to be solely to volunteer or solely to help the society. Make sure there's transparency even with your audience or even with your team members. So talking about volunteering to add to your CV, I want both of you to buttress on that point, because right now it's fast rising that everybody wants to volunteer to add to their CV. So what do you have to say to that?
Okay, probably my organization, it's not a volunteering organization.
Okay.
We basically like to develop leaders. It's an international student organization to develop leaders in 127 countries. So what we do basically is that we have 3 products that we sell. So we have the global volunteering, where you get to volunteer, and local volunteers. So probably like locally you get to volunteer locally in your community on projects that we are working on in the community, or you volunteer globally in another country. Yes. Then we have the global entrepreneur and the global talent. Those ones are like business products. Those ones are the ones that actually bring money to the organization. And those ones are the ones that support our projects, like how we able to dispense money, discuss money for events, and things like that. So now for the global volunteering, big companies actually, they most of the time when they ask for like CV, when they say CV booster, like volunteering is like a CV booster, most of the time they get to ask for ISEC global volunteering experience or CV. Because it's like a CV booster. Most of the time, like international organization, especially if you want to work with United Nations, all those things, if you have like an ISEC global volunteering CV, it just carries your CV from would I say level 10 to level 1. It's a CV booster, honestly, because for you to leave your comfort zone, to leave your country,
help people,
and for you to like work on especially projects that you'll be having global intent, it's actually like a CV booster. So now that is why some people are always like, they're so driven about the CV thing, the certificate thing.
Just want to.
Because some organizations actually reckon with some volunteering experience. Imagine if you volunteer like this MUM that are doing currently. If MUM, Bini MUN, I was in Bini MUN last year. Now imagine if I'm adding all those things to my CV. Obviously, like they will obviously pick me before picking another person. So it's just like a CV booster. Actually, when you get to like when you affiliate with probably like organizations or events.
International. Okay. Boluwatife.
Okay. For me, I think that volunteering volunteering to boost your CV actually is not bad in itself. But I think that the intention that should be behind it, because that means if you are volunteering because you want to boost your CV as it were, then it means that the whole idea of volunteering is being bastardized.
True.
Because what you're supposed to actually do is, I'm volunteering to make someone else better. So now when you now start volunteering because
for another reason you want to add to your CV, the passion,
and plus it's not even every company that is actually interested in it. Honestly, because some people actually want what you have like up there.
What do we volunteer that
exactly.
Right?
So for some people it doesn't resonate with them that because you have done this, you have done that. Can you build a house?
To add to what Boli said, you know that sometimes, like in the process of volunteering, you get to build experience. That is why companies, and that's why people are actually bothered about. See, I won't say that the CV thing, it's very important, because in the course of volunteering, for instance, probably you are a law student and you are working on an would I say health outreach or something. Probably you are working on educating, sensitizing, maybe HIV or something. It's actually you going away from your comfort zone.
Yes,
so now a company can say, oh, I want, because now we know how Nigeria is right now. We know that Nigeria, they want a banker, a reception, they want someone that I'm sure it's very bad. They want an engineer, they want somebody that can fit into three
positions,
and the best part of volunteering is that you get to learn these things on the job.
True.
So it's not although the motive is there, it's very important. You need to be selfless, but advancing. The reason why people and the reason why complaints and why people are actually bother, because it's a plus. Because for me now that probably I'm a law student and I'm working on things that are maybe related to schools, education, it's a plus for me, honestly.
True. Okay, thank you very much.
So I'm going to ask you guys the personal question. Don't worry, calm down. It's not so personal, but then. Okay, so what's the worst food combination you have ever eaten? The worst food combination, like you ate it and you're like, what's this? Okay, so.
Okay, with me. Look, I think I was in Togo and I had achake. Achake is like, let me just say it in Nigeria, like gari, cold gari with egg. Pepper sauce and mayonnaise, and there was fish in it. But it's their food and they really love it. And to me it's like gari that is not that there's so much that the water is not enough, and I'm putting I'm slicing onion, egg.
Okay.
And fried fish. So that's like the worst food combination. And trust me, I'm eating other things that are actually so terrible.
Okay, no, let's not talk about it. Okay, so.
Okay, I used to run away from food that can like give me a problem. Okay, but I think there was a time that I actually tried rice and everything. Okay. And it was very disgusting. I just wanted to try. But it was very bad, so I could not eat it.
Oh God. Okay, wow, that's best. Okay, so thank you very much, Boluwatife and Della, for coming on the show. Okay, so I actually did not know it was BB. Okay, so yeah, so thank you very much for coming on the show. It was a really awesome and enlightening time with you guys. Thank you very much for honoring to be here. So you guys, thank you. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you have taken in a lot from this. Volunteer somewhere, help people, be kind, be caring, and use your skills and put them to work. So thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe to this channel down here below, and put on your notification here so you get notification on your notification bar. Thank you very much. Bye.